Drinking in the shadows, stepping in the light. Too soon, out of luck, your streak is gonna end. You've been all bark, nobody, it's time to just pretend. The crowd is getting loud, they're chanting for the win. Jeremy's got the spider and it's getting under your skin. Go Jeremy, go! They're cheering your name. The fire in your eyes, driving Deuce insane. He can match your style, he can't play your game. Go Jeremy, go, they're cheering your name. Your hashtags can't help you when the pressure's on the rise. Jeremy's on the rise, he's soaring to the skies. You thought you built an army, but it's falling all apart. His music's got the rhythm that's breaking every heart. Go Jeremy, go! They're cheering your name. The fire in your eyes, driving Deuce insane. He can't match your style, he can't play your game. Go Jeremy, go! They're cheering your name. The stage is set for glory, the winner will be crowned. And when the dust is settled, Deuce is nowhere to be found. Jeremy's holding high the trophy of the night. The fans are all united in his blazing light. Everybody yours will look and crown your do. The Willy will be Prussian. The Willy will be crowd. 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 Though Jeremy go. The cheering your name. The fire in your eyes. Driving Deuce insane. He can't play your game. Go Jeremy go. The cheering your name. This music's got the rhythm that's breaking every heart. That's breaking every heart. The stage is set for glory, the winner will be crowned. And when the dust is settled, Deuce is nowhere to be found. Jeremy's holding high, the trophy of the night. The fans are all united in his blazing lights. Go!
Hi, everybody. Feels like I just saw y'all. How's it going this afternoon, chat? So, we do have answers from Mcdreamy. It's not the answers we were expecting, but just as good. The motion to compel production of documents, that is the answers we have been waiting on, and we have them, guys. So, who's ready to get into this? Hi, used to be younger. Max, Miss Karen, Lulu, Al, Paul. Sorry, mods, I just kind of threw this on y'all. Didn't give y'all a warning. So, okay, y'all remember Shockett filing the motion to compel for discovery, right? And we've been waiting for Judge Mcdreamy to answer on the motion to compel. We've got it. First of all, chat, let's all give a huge thank you to my document pimp, Max Lab. I would not be able to be doing this without Max. All right, let's get into this. It says, order. Plaintiff has filed a motion to compel the production of documents. Doc 52. Defendants have responded in opposition. Doc 59. No hearing is necessary and this matter is ripe for resolution. For the reasons below, plaintiff's motion to compel will be granted. As to the 3 remaining disputed requests for production, footnote 1. Oh, we love Mcdreamy's footnotes, chat. Background. On November 12th, 24, plaintiff served defendants with requests for production of documents. Doc 52-1. Defendants responded on December 12th with a litany of objections, 52-2 and 52-3. Plaintiff has now moved to compel, arguing that defendants have wrongfully failed to produce the requested documents. Footnote 1 says, defendants state in their response that 17 of the 20 at issue requests for production were resolved during the parties' meet and confer on J9. Doc 59-1. Accordingly, plaintiff's motion to compel is moot as to those 17 requests for production. Number 2, discussion. As an examination of the objections made by defendants reveals that they suffer from 2 flaws. First, defendants' responses to plaintiff's discovery requests begin with several pages of general objections. Doc 52-2 at 1-3. Doc 52-3 at 1-3. It appears the general objections were just cut and pasted into the response without much thought as to whether they actually applied here. God, I love this judge. Because that's what I said when I read it. When we read Bubbles, when we read Bubbles' objections, we literally said he just copied and pasted all of his objections for each single one he objected to. Oh my God, kids are just getting out of school here and the parking lot is full of screaming kids. That was great. No, this is not a response to yesterday's. This is for the motion to compel because they were refusing to compel their evidence. So this is the motion to compel all the evidence, and it has been granted. Okay. I lost myself. It appears the general objections were cut and pasted. I read that. Such general objections violate the local rules and are improper. See ND Florida Lock R 261C, stating that an objection cannot be set out generally for an entire set of discovery requests. See also Auto Brands LLC v. Autos Express Car Wash LLC. Recognizing that general objections asserted to all discovery requests are improper. Thus, defendants' general objections are akin to no objection at all and fail to provide a basis for refusing to provide plaintiff with requested discovery. Second, nearly all of plaintiff's discovery requests were met with boilerplate objections by defendants. More specifically, defendants objected to virtually all the discovery requests as overly broad, unduly burdensome, and not reasonably calculated to lead to the discovery of admissible evidence. Vague and or ambiguous overly broad in scope and time, lacks sufficient specificity to know what is demanded, encompasses information and documents which are protected by the attorney-client privilege and or work product privilege, and seeks to impose duties beyond those arising under the federal rules of civil procedure. Defendants' objections are improper. This throw spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks type of boilerplate objection has been consistently recognized as ineffective. See LSV Pilot Travel Centers, LLC. The law in the 11th Circuit makes clear that boilerplate discovery objections are tantamount to no objection being raised at all and may constitute a waiver of discovery being sought. See also Otto Brands. Objections which state that a discovery request is vague, overly broad, or unduly burdensome are by themselves meaningless and are deemed without merit. Cleaned up. Nelson v. Corrections Corp. of America. Broad-based, non-specific objections are almost impossible to assess on their merits and fall woefully short of the burden that must be borne by a party making an objection to an interrogatory. Words are hard today, apparently. Interrogatory or document request. The prohibition on boilerplate objections is not new, and defendant's counsel should have been aware of it when he drafted the objections in this case. The court will not wade through the boilerplate and identify which, if any, of the litany of objections may actually apply to a particular discovery request. Thus, defendant's boilerplate objections are akin to no objection at all and fail to provide a basis for refusing to comply with plaintiff's discovery requests. Whew, this is a good one. Although defendants have attempted to provide specific objections in their response to a plaintiff's motion to compel, their attempt is unavailing. As another court has explained, the court will not rely on post hoc justifications for a party's boilerplate objections. Lorenzano v. Sis Incorporated. Thus, to the extent defendants tried to raise specific objections in their response, the court finds that defendants waived these objections. The objections here were facially insufficient, and thus more specific objections that might have been made are now waived. Whew. So far, guys, this is great. I love this judge. Yes. Yeah, Bubbles' objections were overruled. And he has to provide discovery. He's not being given an option now. We have 3 more pages to read. Oops, that leaves a mark on the ass. Yes, it does. Thanks, Lou. He is. He's putting Bubbles in his place. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because defendants' objections to the 3 discovery requests at issue suffer from the flaws identified above, those objections are overruled. Instead of lodging specific and well-reasoned objections in a manner that complied with federal rules, the local rules, and the case law, defendants haphazardly threw out generalized boilerplate objections. It is not the court's job to figure out what specific objections could have or should have been made and then to rule as if those objections had been made. It is the court's job to look at the objections that were made, and the objections that defendants made in this case were improper. Thus, the court will grant plaintiff's motion to compel as to the three remaining at issue requests for production. Requests for production numbers 5, 11, and 12. That does not completely end the matter. However, because plaintiff's motion to compel requests an award of expenses under Rule 37A5A, when the court grants a motion to compel, it must, after giving an opportunity to be heard, require the party whose conduct necessitated the motion, the party or attorney advising that conduct, or both, to pay the movant's reasonable expenses incurred in making the motion, including attorney's fees. Stating that an award of an attorney's fees is mandatory under Rule 37A5A unless one of the exceptions applies. But the court should not order payment of expenses if I, the movant, filed the motion before attempting in good faith to obtain the disclosure or discovery without court action. I, the opposing party's non-disclosure response or objection was substantially justified, or other circumstances make an award of expenses unjust. Here, the court has determined that plaintiff's motion to compel should be granted, but an award of expenses would be unjust under the circumstances. More specifically, the court believes that plaintiff's counsel does not have entirely clean hands. According to defendant's response in an email exchange regarding attempts to resolve some of the issues raised in the motion, plaintiff's attorney responded, I will never stipulate to anything that has no basis in the jurisprudence of the world. Please stop acting like you're not an attorney. Doc 59 at 2, emphasis in original. That was an entirely unprofessional response. Oops. And it is emblematic of the petty bickering that has permeated this litigation. It further appears that plaintiff's counsel failed to respond to an email sent by defendant's counsel in an effort to resolve some of the issues raised in the motion to compel. Just as the court will not countenance the lodging of improper boilerplate objections to discovery requests by defendant's counsel, it will not reward plaintiff's counsel for responding unprofessionally to attempts made by defendant's counsel to resolve the issue raised in the motion. See Fed R Civ P 37, 1970 Advisory Committee's note to Subdivision A4 explaining that the court retains the power to find that other circumstances making an award of expenses unjust where the prevailing party also acted unjustifiable. Accordingly, the court finds it would be unjust under the circumstances to order defendants to pay plaintiff's expenses. For the reason above, it is ordered that 1. Plaintiff's motion to compel the production of documents, Doc 52, is granted in part to the extent that defendants must, within 14 days of this order, produce to plaintiff any non-privileged documents within their possession, custody, or control that are responsive to plaintiff's request for production, numbers 5, 11, and 12. Plaintiff's motion to compel the production of documents, Doc 52, is denied in part as moot regarding plaintiff's request for production that defendants have responded to requests for production numbers 1 through 4, 6 through 10, and 13 through 20. So he has 14 days to give up all the documents in their possession. and Jeremy's not getting paid attorney's fees. Yeah, expert, he did. It kind of like took me away too. I was like, oh, as much as Bubbles deserved what was said, it, expert! Dang it. The chat's moving. I'm trying. Yes, he did. And I didn't like it. But as much as Bubbles deserved to be called out on his BS, email probably wasn't the best way to do it. But it is a win. It is a win. A small win. Bubbles has to give up all the documents. This is true, Slug. Mcdreamy is a very fair judge. He hands out spankings on both sides. How? Exactly, expert. Both sides are expected to act professional. So, Bubbles has to give up the documents, but Jeremy doesn't get his money back for attorney's fees on this document, which it is what it is. I think he is too, Kyra. I do too. Holy cow, guys. We got 146 in chat watching. I appreciate y'all. Discovery 5, 11, and 12. Let's see. Exactly used to be. It was the documents that they requested. We had just read these the other day. I can't remember exactly which documents, but Max, any way you could pull up what 5, 11, and 12 was for me? If you still have it. Isn't it though, expert? Like, the Thomases was so biased to one side, and this federal judge is even. He's staying as neutral as possible. And when he disciplines one, he disciplines both. He makes it fair for all parties. Kind of like a dad with children. You get onto one, but you make sure that all of them understand the lecture. I don't remember Wise. The I think yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Al is he hasn't read Randy's newest motion from yesterday, and this one, the motion to compel, was filed today, and it just hit the docket. So more than likely, he was working on this when Randy was working on yesterday's. What, baby? Sorry, guys. Preteen issues. She was trying to update Roblox and the computer's not letting her update it. The police have. I don't know. I don't know if they gave it back or not, Miss Karen. Her old phone. I'm guessing they did. Hi, Al. Pretty much, because this is the answer to the motion to compel. $151 in chat. Make sure y'all are hitting that thumbs up. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Production number 511 and 12. I can't exactly remember. We have read so many documents in these last couple weeks. Max, you sent me two different ones. Let's see. Kids, they said it'll be fun. They said they're arguing now. Let's see if I can find it. $52. Let's open it up. I'm trying to find which one it was. Okay, number 5. That would be the calls. And 11. So these 3 has to do with her call and text records, from what I'm understanding. So 5, 11, and 12 all have to do with her text messages, her call logs. That I don't know, Karen. He has 14 days to provide it, so we'll see what happens. I believe they've already provided the GPS stuff. Philip. I don't think he'll end. That's what I'm thinking too, Sharon. I believe the GPS stuff's already been provided. Don't hold me to that. But 5, 11, and 12 has to do with Facebook messages, the phone calls, the text messages. Facebook posts. Yes, Cassandra. They have 14 days. I do bingo, yes. That killed me when he said that all of Bruce's objections was just cut and pasted. I love that. It has to be, because we have seen Randy throughout all of this, and he has been very professional. But it's like Bubbles just keeps poking and poking and poking, and you're finally just like, would you shut up? Yes. No, this was a partial win for Jeremy, because now they have no choice but to compel the production of documents that was requested for discovery. But he doesn't get the attorney's fees from Shockett having to file this document. Right, metadata. Shut up, Slug. Go back to playing with Pork Chop's toes. Yeah, they didn't really go off on him, but they're like, listen, Judge, we got the proof, and if you want it, you can have it. So, it's not a denial for Bruce. It's a, cough it up, buddy. Exactly, Jeff. And see, we debunked Bubbles on that in one of our streams. All the newer vehicles have a quote black box just like a plane does. It's all in the computer. Those computers on our vehicles can tell so much. So much. Exactly, Janet. She drives a 2020. Is that Jeep a 2020 or 2021? Regardless, it's a newer model Jeep. They have computers, and they all have GPSs built into them. There was some snarky comments, but he also told Mcdreamy, hey, I recorded this call. And if I need to, I will provide it to you. I get it. Hashtag denied. But, Bubbles better get to work. Cough it up, Bubbles. So, this was a great document to read from Mcdreamy. It was 8 long pages, but it was a good read. GPS info can be given at dealership. Exactly. Oh, for sure, Lou. This judge, he's starting to get annoyed from both sides. We got 190 people. Wow. I'm not used to this. She doesn't have a choice, though, Cassandra. She doesn't have a choice now. It's been court ordered. They have to. So, Hi, John. Yeah. Basically, John, it's the where Randy filed for the motion to compel a couple weeks ago. It was granted. Bubbles has to cough up the evidence. I know I surprised y'all and just kind of hopped on. I was originally just going to record it, but I was like, no, we got to go live with this one. There's a set 14 days. He has 2 weeks. That's right, Janet. It's 20. Either way, even if it was 2020, all the newer vehicles has that computer. That computer will tell on you in a heartbeat. Yes, he has. Bubbles has 14 days to comply to this order. Two weeks from today. So, thank you, Jeff. Auto data now with technology takes the work out of traffic homicide investigations now. All the data needed is readily available for the investigators. Same applies to civil actions. Thank you. I don't know, Lee. We'll have to see what Judge Mcdreamy does. He's obviously a take no shit kind of judge, and we all love him for it. Yes, 2 weeks from today to produce. Yeah, now we're just waiting on his reply to Shockett's filing from yesterday. See, the motion to compel was filed. Max, do you have the date on the motion to compel? That was 52, right? Let's see, that was J7. Almost a month ago, the motion to compel was filed. That was longer than that. Because yeah, motion to compel the production of documents was filed on January 7th. All we can do is cross our fingers for yesterday's filing. I would think so, John. No comply equals contempt of court. I would think so. I may be wrong, but I would think so. He's saying the other 17 were resolved because Randy had a 90-minute phone call with Bubbles about this. I'm gonna guess so, Miss Karen. Because remember, we read Randy's filing from yesterday, this morning, and he said that he did have a 90-minute recorded phone call with Bruce. So Thank you, Kyra. I appreciate that. Number 5 is all phone records. 11 is online views of each social media views she has posted. 12 is all cell phone numbers LP or JT had since J121. Thank you. I I don't know. Shouldn't. I think it's just if he finds him in contempt, he'll probably put him in jail overnight. Apparently, it was all resolved except for these 3 things. Right, John? Right. The other issues got resolved, and the phone data is what Bubbles is trying to hide from Randy. I mean, all we can do is speculate and hope for certain things right now. But this is what we've got right now is the motion to compel is granted, and Bubbles has 14 days to cough it up. So, I think at some point, because of all this arguing back and forth between the attorneys and Bubbles acting like a complete freaking child, they're going to be made to come in person again. I do think that. I don't. I mean, obviously, we know they don't want to hand it over because they know they'll be in trouble. But I also think that her getting rid of all those other devices. When was the BBB response to the motion to compel? Um, couple weeks ago. It's all starting to run together. Yes, you're right, audio. And let's not forget, Lynette posed with her car for a press photo in the dealership. There was a news item somewhere. Right. Ow. Hi, drummer. That too, Al. They've now been court ordered to produce it, so. But you already know Bubbles is going to try to find some way, somehow, to get out of it. You are fine, drummer. Caps lock doesn't bother me. It actually helps me see y'all's messages a whole lot easier. We have 189 people watching. Yes, the deposition dodgers. Now, I'm wondering if Randy's going to do another filing behind the one he just did about the witnesses being tampered with and them not showing up to depo. Now, remember, she's already said that she had government phones, the Obama phones. I don't know why I do the quotation marks as if y'all can see me. She said that she had an Obama phone. Yes, probably gonna be pretty easy to get the stuff off of that, the number that was connected to that. Right, Al? Maybe. Let's see. Lisa, Marla, Russell. Who was supposed to be after Russell? I can't. Yeah, the freaking free tablet. So Bubbles filed around January. $14th. His was Patty getting, I can't remember if Patty was getting deposed or not. Was she? I'm glad you guys can keep up with this stuff. Oh, Marla. See, it was Lisa, Marla, Russell. Was Patty? Yeah, Robbie. Amanda Martin and Rhett the Rat. But I was trying to keep up with it in order. Amanda's next, right? Lisa, Marla, Russ, Amanda Martin, Rhett Cunningham, and then Robbie. Robbie's last in that list, I believe. Yeah, no. Yeah, Marla failed to appear. Lisa failed to appear. Russell said, "Talk to my lawyer." Amanda's been served. I remember that now. I know Lynette's and John's will be the very last ones done after all the witnesses. Lou, I don't know if they rescheduled Marla's or not because Marla made it public that she wasn't showing up. And she claimed that she told Shockett she wasn't coming. Hi, Magic. Yeah, Robbie got served at the flea market. My thing is, those that got served that are in Lynette's corner, they say they're her friend. And they keep hollering online, she didn't do this, she didn't do this. Why not show up and prove that she's innocent? Why? Why not? Just do the right thing. Like Jeremy says, just do the right thing. It's not that hard to do the right thing. Oh, audio, I can wait because that's going to be fun ones to read. I want to know if they ever caught Rhett. Right, the clerk was sick and had to reschedule anyway, but Marla made this whole huge fiasco out of it on Facebook and in the Lee's chat, saying that she's claiming she sent Randy an email and said she wasn't going to show up anyway. Exactly, Jen. They're only hurting her more by not showing up, by not speaking up for her. Let's also not forget Marla was one of the ones pushing Lynette to keep going after Jeremy because the money. Take him for everything he's got. They're, like Jeremy has said, they're not pro Lynette. They just hate Jeremy. I like that one, Pam. I like that. The potted plant is going to turn out to be a Venus flytrap. I love that. That too, Jeff. I liked that. That was a good one from somebody that has a ton of house plants. That was a good one. I love it. This is true, Sharon. This is very true. Like Bruce, was it last night or the other night? He was in their chat and he said something about jurisdiction of the protection order and how he's working on trying to turn that over. First of all, in my opinion, they don't listen to the protection order anyway. So it's from the Netherlands. Well, hello. Welcome in. Rhett was no, I wasn't talking about for that, Janet. I'm talking about he's supposed to be deposed in this case. And they were trying to find him to serve him. Exactly, Jen. It's always, oh, woe me, not, oh, maybe I shouldn't be in this exact place where the person who has a protection order against me is. Everything will be privileged except Chinese food orders. That's great. But yeah, to sum this all up, the motion to compel the production of documents was granted for the production numbers 5, 11, and 12. There will be no attorney's fees at this time for Jeremy. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button for me. I got mom life, so I got to get back to the tiny human. I love you guys. Remember, you are one of a kind. Never let anyone dim your light. And with that, I will see y'all in the morning. Love y'all.
Georgie's gotta go for now. She's got a role to play. Kids are calling, life's a sprawling, never a dull day. She loves all her subscribers, each and every one. But mom life's calling louder till the setting sun. Goodbye for now, dear friends, till we meet again. Georgie's heart is full of love for every message sent. You're one of a kind, don't let them dim your light. She'll be back real soon, till then, good night. In the quiet of the evening, when the kids are fast asleep, Georgie reads your messages, a treasure she'll keep. Though she's busy now, her mind's on you all, wondering about your days and nights as the raindrops fall. Goodbye for now, dear friends, till we meet again. Georgie's heart is full of love for every message sent. You're one of a kind, don't let them dim your light. She'll be back real soon, till then, good night. Mom's life is a journey full of ups and downs, but in every single moment, love's the sweetest sound. She'll be back to share her stories, her laughter and her tears. But for now, she blows a kiss to you near and dear. Georgie sees the beauty in every simple thing, from the morning light to the quiet night, and all the joy it brings. So hold on to your passions and let your spirit soar. She's grateful for your love and can't wait to share more. Georgie sees the beauty in every simple thing, from the morning light to the quiet night, and all the joy it brings. So hold on to your passions and let your spirit soar. She's grateful for your love and can't wait to share more.